Hi, it's Kieran here. I'm going to run through a small task as it will be done on MIS 1050 to give you sort of a preview of what the work is like. And I'm going to make a web page about my dog Burt, who might be the best dog ever. I'm still working on all the documentation for that. I've yet to receive some of the results from South America, but it's looking pretty good that he's in fact the best dog ever. So what I'm going to do is for every task, I make a new folders. That's where I'm going to start. I'm going to start this up. By the way, this is, of course, I'm using Windows as you can see, but the Mac is pretty much the same. Some of the tools are different. Use Finder instead of File Explorer, but other than that, it's the same. Okay, so let's say I'll just put stuff in this temp directory. Let's say I put all my stuff for the class here, MIS1050. I'll open that up, and inside that I'm going to put exercises. I tend to try to be quite organized about all of the files that I have. It makes life much easier. Okay, so this one, every task should have its own folder. So this one is about Burt. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to open this up with VS Code. So I'm going to right click on it, and I've got a lot of stuff here, and you shouldn't have anywhere near this many. But one of them, if you install VS Code, is this one, open with code. See that? With the blue, I don't know what that is actually, a blue thing. We'll call it a thing. Anyway, I'll open that folder with code. Okay, so here we are. I just don't care about the release notes, and I'm just going to get an empty screen here. Code can seem a bit intimidating at first, but it's not too bad. As you can see, there's not too many things on the screen to distract you. So remember, this is the name of the folder, Burt. All right, so I'm seeing all of the files here. If I make a file here, it's going to appear in the folder, and vice versa. Okay, there's the add file button. Add a file, and I'm going to call it burt.html. It's important to get the extensions right for this. Okay, there we are. Now, to start with, I'm not going to type everything. I'm going to paste in a template from our course page. So we go over here. Oops, I closed it. Learn web, and then we'll go to basic handmade sites, and here's this page structure. I click on that. Okay, we'll go down a bit, and here it says, here's a template for a basic HTML page. The first part of the course, about half of it, you can just copy and paste this. Copy and paste is your friend. I certainly do a lot of it. Control C, okay. So let's go back to this one, and I'll paste it in. All right, so this is a template I've given you for an HTML page. I'll clean it up a bit, and we're not going to go through it. The textbook does that, and we'll get back to bits of it. But this is the important bit here. This is where we'll start. This is where the content is. Okay, so I'll start with adding a simple header. Headers go from H1 to H6, so I'm going to type H1. Okay, so this is the tag, the HTML tag that makes headings. And as you can see, VS Code already knows what this is, and it's saying, okay, do you mean this one? So I type in that, I hit the tab key, and it fills the rest of it in for me. Very handy. That's a good thing. Easy is good. Let's zoom. Anyway, let's see. Okay, so there's that. So let me put in the title for this. So we'll say, Burt is the best dog. All right, and I'll change this to Burt is the best boy. Okay, so most HTML tags look like this. They have a starting part here, looks like that, and then an ending part looks like that. Both of those parts start with a less than sign and have a greater than sign. So that makes up the H1 tag. The starting tag looks like this. The ending tag is the same, except it's got a slash at the end to show that it's stopping. All right, so what this says is make a page with the heading of that and a paragraph of that. A paragraph is just some text with a blank space above and below. All right, I'm going to try this, but I need to save it first. I can tell I haven't saved it because of this, see that the dot up there, the black spot from, what's that Muppets movie? Anyway, so I'm going to hit Control S, save it. See the black spot has gone away. And now I'm going to go back here. All right, so you can see that what VS Code is showing matches what you're seeing in File Explorer, right? All right, so let's try it. I'm just going to open this, I'm going to open it with Chrome, just because. There it is. Burt is the best dog ever. You can also, VS Code will actually show you a preview of the page inside itself too, which is really cool because then you don't need to go to the browser, but I'll just do it this way. So I'll just put this over here. I'll bring this back and I'll just move this a little bit like that. All right, that's fine. Okay, so as you can see, we've got head one, H1. It's a heading. Big bold text. There's Burt is the best boy. Okay, which he is, definitely. All right, now let's see. Let's put in a list of things about why is Burt the best. So first I can hit P, paragraph tag, and hit tab. Ooh, it knows. Why is Burt the best? Okay, so we're going to put in a list, and like most things, you can put in a bulleted list or a list with numbers, but we're going to use an unnumbered list, a simple list with just bullets. So the tag for that is UL, unnumbered list, okay, or unordered list. So I do that, hit tab, and it gets filled in. Now, a list has a bunch of list items. So LI stands for list item, all right? Hit tab. Ooh, he's happy, which he is. And we'll put in another LI tab. He loves to play. He's a great playing boy. An LI tab. He likes to cuddle. All right. Okay. So I've got this here, and this should be an unnumbered list, bulleted list. Over here, it's not there. If I refresh this page, click, I don't see it. Why? Well, probably some of you have already figured out that it's because I didn't save it. You see the black spot again. Control S, saving. Go back over here, refresh. Ooh, cool, huh? Okay, now let's put in, this is basically what HTML is. It's not a programming language or anything like that. It's basically a layout language. You say what you want the text and content to be, and that's it. And we'll change some other things in a minute. Let's add a couple more things. We'll add an image, all right, a photo of the Burtster. Okay, so I'm going to put a P because I can put I'll do that. I'll put the image in here. Now the tag for an image is IMG, and I'll hit tab. All right. Okay. HTML files like this one are only text, so I can't paste an image in here directly. Instead, I tell the browser where to go to get the image. Aha! So the image is a separate file. So I'm going to put a picture of Burt right here next to this HTML file. So if I go back to here, okay, this is an email my wife sent to me and her sibs. There's Burt right there. So I'll click. Ooh, isn't he cute? And then I'll right click. Maybe I can't right click. I'll do it this way instead. See, it says download. So I'll download that and ask me where do I want to put it. Here's MIS1050, here's exercises, here's Burt. I'll just put it in this directory. And the name it wants to give it is image.png, which isn't a great name for this file. A better name would be Burt, so I can tell just by looking at the file name that in fact the best dog is in there. A photo of the best dog anyway. All right, so there's that. So let's go back, and if we look back in File Explorer, there's the file, right? I'll double click on it, double click on it to make sure that it actually shows up. My viewer is being a pain. There it is. Oops, don't need that stuff. There he is. So we know that the photo is actually there now. Okay, back in VS Code, you can see it's the same stuff. So the files here show up here, and vice versa. Okay. All right, so we've got this. Now, let's see what we've got in this image tag. It's got two attributes. These things are called attributes, like src equals whatever it is, and then a couple of quotes and something inside there. They all look the same. Like this one up here in line 2. See, it says lang is the name of the attribute, equals quote, quote, and something inside. That's language. Language is English. And if you put the mouse cursor on it, you get some help about that. Helps define the language of an element. Sometimes this explanation can be more complicated than it's really worth. But anyway, here's an li element. The li element represents a list item. So all you need to do is hover on this, or H1. H1 element represents a section heading, and you can click on this to go there if you really want to. The explanations here can get a bit technical. It's better off to look at the simple ones in our textbook. Okay, so this says, line 18 says, show an image. And I'll type the name. Now I just typed B there. And VS Code, this editor, said, okay, what do I know that begins with B that could fit here? Well, that. So I just press the down arrow, I hit enter. Ooh, that's it. Over here is an alt tag, and here is where I specify what the image is for people who can't see it. So I'll put Burt, the best boy. Okay, all right. So far so good. I'll go over here. I don't see that yet because I need to save the file and then refresh this page. I better make this a bit bigger. There we go. All right. So I'm going to go back here, Control S. Go back over here. F5 is actually a shortcut for this. So F5. There he is. All right. So now we've got a heading like that, a heading, and we've got a couple of paragraphs, and then we've got a list, and then we've got a picture of the best boy ever. There he is. What a sweetie he is. He's like the scrappy little dog in a Disney movie. Okay, let's just do a couple more things. Firstly, let's add a link to something. So let's add a link. Oh, I know. Let's add a link to our course textbook. All right. So I'm going to put this down here. I'm going to put it in a new paragraph, like a new line kind of thing. So P fills it in for me. I'm going to hit enter. I actually like to do this. You notice I do this a lot actually. Not always. I'm not always consistent about it, but often I'll put the opening, closing tags in, and then a separate line I'll type the content. By the way, when I hit enter there, I didn't hit enter and press space, 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 or tab or anything. I just hit enter, and VS Code knew what I was doing, and so it indented this a little bit. VS Code is very convenient. It makes life so much easier, and easy is good is one of my rules for life. Free is good is another rule. If you can't be free, cheap is good. And of course, dogs are the best. There's a dog. All right. So let's put in a link. Learn how to make professional looking. Oops, there we go. What do I do? I pressed something strange there. All right. Oh, by the way, I pressed, if you make a mistake, Control Z. That's also your friend. Websites. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I want learn how to be the link. So I'm going to save this, Control S, over here, F5. Okay, so there it is, learn how to make professional looking websites. I want learn how to be the link. Okay, so for a link you need to specify two things. The text, and you can put links on images and anything really, but in this case, the text that's going to be underlined in blue for the link, right? That's how they normally look. And then where to go to when someone clicks on this. So to make a link, you need two things: what the text is here, and where to go when you click on that. Okay, the tag for this is the A tag. So I hit A and tab. All right, and this is what an A tag looks like. Remember, there are two things. So we've got the opening of the tag and then the closing of it. The stuff in the middle here is what people see on the screen. So I'm going to hit that, Control X to cut that out, Control V. All right. Okay. So learn how is a thing that's going to be underlined in blue. Now, where do you jump to? We'll go over here to this page. Control C. Cut and paste is our friend. Go back here. Ready? Buh. All right. So that's it. Actually, it's you see how it's getting a bit long there. So I'm going to what should I do? Actually, first I'll make that go down, and I'll make this a little bit just for now. And I'll probably, I think, put a line break in there. The white space here, like that line break, won't affect the way it looks in the browser. But it will affect my happiness when I'm reading the code. So when I'm reading the HTML. So there anyway. All right. So there we go. I'll Control S, back over here, F5, and now down here we have learn how. Look at that, it's a link, right? To make professional looking websites. I'm going to Control click, which will open this in a new tab. Over here, see what it looks like, and there it is. We've gone to the right place. Okay? All right. I'm just going to do one other thing, and that's to change the look of this. So HTML is about content. The other language we'll use is called CSS. And this, again, it's not a programming language. It's just all about layout, how things look. That's it. That's all it does. So first, let's see. I want to change the font. So most websites these days use a font like this, right? Sort of modern looking font. But the default on the web is this. So if you don't say otherwise, this is what HTML does. Why does it do this? Just because. Some people decided that a long time ago. Maybe they were drunk or high or something. But that's what they decided. All right. So let's change it because I really don't like the look of it. Now to do that, we're going to make a different type of file. You can put the styling rules in here, but it's better practice to make a separate file. So I'm going to go up here, click this plus, and I'll call this styles. It really mostly doesn't matter. Styles.css. So remember, extensions are important. CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets. PNG is a picture. HTML is HTML tags. All right. Okay. So I'm going to start up here now. How do I split this down? There we go. Split down. Okay. One of the nice things about this is what I did there is I right-clicked on this thing here and I chose split down. So it split the screen and put this one down here. I'll just have this one open once so I don't get confused. All right, I'm old and I'm easily confused. Okay, so we've got body, H1, and so on. Let's change the way H1 look. Well, No, let's change the font first for the entire page. So we've got this H1P, P and so on, but they're all inside this body tag. See that? Another nice thing this VS Code does, you click on one thing, it shows you where the matching end is. So you click on that, everything is inside this. So if I tell the browser to change the font of the body tag, everything will change on the page. All right? So let me do this. So BO, see I type body here. That's the one that I want, so I'll hit that. I thought it would have put these in for me too, but it didn't. Oh, maybe it's not linked. I don't know. So this says to change the body tag, right? And we'll use font family. And there's a generic sans serif font in the book describes what that means called that. So this says take everything in the body and give it that font. You can give it a more specific font if you want. This is a font, just a general one. I'm going to hit Control S. You can see this is not. I'll go over here and I update it. Wait a minute. That didn't work. What the hell? Why didn't that work? Look at this. That looks the same. Oh, I forgot something. This HTML file doesn't know that it should use this. I need to link them together. Why, you ask? Well, you might have more than one. You might have different styles for different purposes. And the book gets into that in more detail. But anyway, now to do that, I add something to the head section. There are two parts to the HTML page. There's the head section and the body. The body is where all the goodness is, content. The head section is information about the page. So, for example, what character set it uses, which, you know, it could be using Cyrillic or Chinese or whatever. This has to do with how to show it on different devices. We'll get that's again. We actually don't use this very much. It won't change this very much. Let's see. Okay. Anyway, so what we need to do is put in this link here. Also, this thing here, title. Right. This is information about the page. Well, title. I don't see title anywhere here. I wonder what that is. We'll get back to that. Anyway, so LINK, right, is the incantation for linking a CSS file. Actually, I've never tried this one. You can link a bunch of different things in. Usually it's CSS. Ooh. Okay, so what I did there, let me Control Z that up. I hit Tab. Okay, and it shows me various things I can link in, right? Different types of things. We don't care what they are, but one of them is a CSS file, and that's what we want to link in. So I select this one. I tell the editor, go. That's the type I want. Hit Enter or Tab or whatever, and it constructs everything I need. It does the rel style sheet. The only thing it doesn't know is what the file name is. Notice it guessed almost right. Styles I called it, but not completely. So I need to add an S there. Okay, and it shows me yes, this exists. So this actually, I like it when it gives me this confirmation. If I don't see that, it means I've messed something up and I can go and fix it. All right, so there we are. Control S. Now let's have a look at this. Ooh, look at this font now. All right. So we've got this HTML page, has two sections, stuff about the page, but the body is where the goodness is. So I made a bunch of stuff with an image and a link, and then I said I want to change the look, so I made a separate file as a style sheet. It has an extension CSS, and I linked it in here. In the style sheet, it's a different language. It's not HTML here. And basically everything is something here, a couple of braces are the curly brackets, and then stuff in the middle. All right. So let's change the background color as well. Now, there are a bunch of them. I'm going to type background color. See, this editor knows about that. Pretty cool. I'll hit Tab. And there are a bunch of standard color names here, which are almost always what you want is here. So I'll type corn silk. It's the yellow that I like. Corn silk. And you can see here it's giving you a preview of what that looks like here. Very cool. This is a very cool tool. Okay, it makes life easier. Like I keep saying, easy is good. All right, Control S. So this says the background color of the body tag. Now, the body tag, everything is in the body tag, so this should change the entire page. So I saved that. I can tell because I don't have the black spot anymore. I'll go back to here, refresh. Wow! Pretty cool. All right, I'll do one more thing and then we'll be done. I'll change my favorite color is green. Actually, I'll do two more things. Favorite color is green, so I'm going to make this, the heading at the top here, green. So that's this H1 tag. So I say, okay, browser, every time you see an H1, I expected more intelligent completion there. But anyway, I want you to make that green. So COL, color. All right, I want you to make it dark green. Dark green, there it is. All right, these numbers are actual, if you know about graphics at all, then this is an actual color number, but you really don't need to use that very much. So you can pretty much ignore this or ignore that stuff over there, and I'll just use dark green. Okay, it's not dark green because I didn't save it. We got the black spot. Control S, go over here, F5. Look at that. All right, last thing. I mentioned that this stuff is information about the page. For example, how to show it. I mean, how to style it, how to decorate it. And that's what this line is about. This line here, what the title is, but I don't see that title anywhere. What could it be? Mystery upon mystery. All right. Oops. No. Anyway, let's do this a bit. So why am I not seeing title there? I wonder. It's quite weird, isn't it? There's too much stuff up in here. What you tell me is a pretty good radio show. I like watching comedy on YouTube as well. One of my favorite things to do. Get Bootstrap, do that. All right, here we are. Okay, so this says title. Let me change it to something else. Let me see. It's Burt. That's what this page is about, right? You've put here something that's what the page is about. All right, so I'll Control S that, go over here, F5, and I still don't see, where's it say Burt? Where's this title showing? Well, some of you already know, either you know beforehand or you've just noticed it now. Look at this. All right, it's what goes in the tab. And that's important because that's what people see. For example, what's new? Well, okay, what's new, right? This one here, what is that? Oh, that was a student's exercise, that's right. Chocolate computer. I love chocolate too. Dark chocolate. Oh, in Australia we have ginger dipped in dark chocolate, and it's so good. Anyway, so we've got this now. So anyway, okay. So this stuff is information about the page, what character set it's in, what to put on the tab, and how to make it look. All right. So anyway, that's it. If I wanted to submit this now, I'd upload it to my web hosting account, and then everyone in the world could see my glorious work and see how cute and wonderful, because he is obviously the best boy. So if you want me to make any other explanations or anything else, let me know. If you want to talk to me, you can see me face to face on Sundays, or a bunch of times during the week that I'm online, and that's all listed in the Moodle page for this course.